I was reading Beyond the Pleasure Principle by Sigmund Freud and found it quite interesting that he references Kantian philosophy. The paragraph that I will read can be found on page 20, and it goes like this. At this point, I shall permit myself to touch curiously upon a theme which would deserve the most thorough treatment. The Kantian proposition that time and space are necessary modes of thought may be submitted to discussion today in the light of certain knowledge reached through psychoanalysis. We have found by experience that unconscious mental processes are in themselves timeless. Freud is effectively agreeing with Kant's idea that we cannot know things as they are in themselves, but only as they appear to us, and that this appearance is shaped by a priori intuitions, namely time and space. Now, how do we relate that to real life is that our unconscious mind does not follow time at all, as events don't happen in a sequence necessarily, and time doesn't really alter anything. For example, a painful memory from childhood can feel just as real and present as decades earlier. Our conscious mind, on the other hand, experiences events in a linear way with a past, present, and future. This idea is also interestingly tied to Dr. Joe Dispenza's work. If you're familiar with his teachings on trauma and healing, he always accentuates that the subconscious mind lives in the eternal present. In other words, emotional memories stored in the body are constantly replaying unless we intervene consciously. So, if you find yourself repeating a certain unpleasant or even traumatic memory from the past, you have to consciously intervene and stop yourself from doing so. And if you really think about it, the only place from which we can access either the past or the future is the present moment. And I don't know what's more beautiful and hopeful than that.